Well, welcome to what I can only describe as the first video in such a long time. Wow, it's been a very busy time. So busy, in fact, I'm recording this particular audio clip in my bus, which is my normal day job, as you can imagine. Got a bit of a break on, so I thought I'll just be a bit productive and get on with that. Wow, there's just been so much going on lately that we need a little bit of a catch up. Work's been pretty flat out, so that means activity wise, the trains are continuing to happen, but very, very slowly. There's not been much running, as you can imagine. Basically, what I have been doing is purchasing and weathering where I can, or that sort of thing, just to keep my hand in for now. It's been very frustrating not to devote more time to it, but that will come around. So yeah, that's pretty much explains why there's been a lack of content here, especially. Instagram's been reasonably productive. Twitter, again, getting lots of followers on Twitter now. That's been pretty good. Even got a shout out from the official Cardo account. That was kind of cool. They acknowledged that the international fans play a role in their success, and they're very happy with that. And that's great. So specifics. What has happened? Well, basically, as I said, loco weathering is progressing. Recently, we've had an EF71 come through, which was quite an interesting one. That's the first of that kind I've had through, and a EF81, but a 400 subtype, which is the Kyushu colour scheme. It's like a rose red logo, that sort of thing. I have been trying new techniques for weathering. So, for instance, in previous forms, I've just applied powder and left it at that. Now, I'm using this product called Mr. Hobby, specifically the weathering liquid types. Now, I've got 4 basic colours in that to satisfy me, and they're working really well. I would say that I'm still getting used to it, and the product is really recommended, I would say. If applied correctly, it looks really good. I'll have some photos up later on this video to show you. You'll have to pause because they're very short duration this time around, because there's quite a few to catch up on. What I have found with the Mr. Hobby is they definitely do need a flat clear applied to it afterwards, which is a bit of a downside, because I like the idea of just applying a powder and away we go. That's it. That's my involvement over. But the powder does lift on its own, so yeah, the flat clear will prove to be very, very handy, and I've been pretty impressed by what I've seen so far. So yes, the Kyushu type loco has had a heavy finish to it, I would describe it as. Yes, so that's been a very interesting concept to come through. The EF71's been the first major one to get the application sorted properly. And what might transpire is I might redo the stock I've done so far to use this liquid. And what I find is I can still use the powders, mix it in, and make all sorts of crazy, gnarly, pretty big colours like all shades of brown and dark colours like that. Very handy for weathering. Unfortunately, the hobby shop was supposed to have, as well as the weathering liquids, you're supposed to use, I believe it's called it's like a thinner for this particular product. It's called, I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's like 110. It's Mr. Hobby 110 liquid. Unfortunately, the shop didn't have any, so I was a bit stuck for a while. I was like, oh, what do I use instead? Not really knowing what 110 liquid was. But on reading internet forums, you will find that basically lighter fluid works really well. Basically, what the lighter fluid does is it's already the weathering liquid is already quite thin to apply, but this sort of makes it, I don't know if it makes it thinner, but it certainly, I don't know if waters it down is accurate, but it certainly makes it more, you know how you get, if you're rusting something up and the rust sort of trails down, like say let's say a container ship or something, it's sort of, it's quite streaky, that sort of effect. It's quite effective. I've been experimenting with the Zippo lighter fluid on it as well, and yes, the internet is correct. It looks like a really good finish to me. So just got to find somewhere that sells lighter fluid in a capacity. So that's my next job. So that's been pretty much the main thing, really. Some other stocks come in, like I've had some grain wagons have turned up. I had 2 previously, so that was always a number I wasn't going to be completely satisfied with, so I found 4 more. Lovely, 4 more makes 6, so that's great. That's a good little consist going there. We've had some more sets come in as well, so we've had the Super Hitachi 651 that's come in, a 183 Azusa, so yet another Azusa set to the ever growing area collection I seem to have acquired over the years. Oh, what else has turned up? The 103. I've just forgotten the line for that. The Acerca loop line was that particular set's location in orange. More suburban stuff going in, you say, and yes, that's correct. It just happens to be going for a good price, and I just was happy with that. And then there was a 4th one. Again, my memory is working really well, as you can imagine, thanks to all the hard work I'm putting in. Ah, dear. There was something else as well, and it's just escaped me. Oh, the Niigata 115 subtype 1000. I think it was a subtype 1000 or subtype 3000. Again, I can't remember. But that's quite a nice little set, quite colourful. The only downside to the Azusa set, by the way, is it doesn't have running lights. That's a bit weird. Unusual, so it must be an older set. Any other things have come in? Yeah, there has been other stuff come in as well. I'm trying to offload a couple of Shinkansen that have been acquired in the last sort of bulk buy job lot, if you like. That's not going anywhere. They'll probably stay in the collection. And that's pretty much the rolling stock side of things. In other news, which I will go into at a later date when I find out a bit more about when I do this, is this may be the last we see of this particular layout. It is very possible that we are moving to another location, which means that the track will have to come up. Therefore, I don't particularly see anything else. I mean, obviously the buildings will come up and be put in the boxes to move, the track will be taken apart, all the controllers, all the usual stuff, but the scenery, basically because it's placed on a billiard cloth, I don't particularly see that surviving very well in a move. I'll see if it does, but I'm not hopeful. So what I might do is I might just take off the billiard cloth, and that will be the end of that particular layout. I have some big plans that I would like to do, and I certainly think it's very possible I can achieve this very quickly. Although I don't have a specific track plan, I can definitely work off what a diagram I have acquired, similar in the way to how this layout has worked. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. I'm kind of hoping that will be achieved soon. Not sure on the scale of things yet. It's just going to be a bit of a move and a bit of there's a lot going on. Radio controlled drag racing. Now that's been on pause, but I have, although I haven't even included the photos for that here, that'll be, I might make that another video, just for something different to put on. If I get around to it, I'll definitely put that on. And that's been about it, really. 2021 has been a very interesting year. It has included many purchases that I can only describe as absolute bargains, I reckon. They have been absolutely fluky, I think is the word I'm looking for. I just cannot believe my luck. Been very fortunate, and it's going to be an exciting year ahead, I would like to think. I would like to see how that progresses for 2022 and beyond. What do I foresee happening? Well, bigger layout will definitely happen. I think there is the potential for more stock to come on board. Again, that will be on an as I know it basis. So here are the photos, just showing you the weathering that has happened. As you can see, the technique has been very much altered from previous. Yes, it's a work in progress. I'm getting there. I believe it's working well. Just a bit of patience, really, and I'll get there. So that's about it, really. I hope you're enjoying the channel thus far. Not that many are watching, unfortunately, but that's the way things are. And yes, apologies for the traffic, but needs must. I have to make these videos as I can at the moment. I will try and make them once again in the layout room when I can. I'll certainly try and make the next one happen in there at the very least. That's about it. Yes, so as you can see, we're just going through the rolling stock just to finish up. Coaches, now I don't know what I'm doing with them, but we'll get to that. Nice little shunter there. That's the collection thus far as rolling stock goes. It's pretty incredible how that's just built up. And there we are. That's this video done. I hope you've enjoyed. Yes, we'll see you again soon, I think. Cheers.